The Ranchero is Yeti's latest backpack designed for hiking and everyday carry, but the durable construction and easy pack main compartment also make this bag work great for travel. My favorite features on the Ranchero are the flat bottom, letting this bag easily stand up on its own. It's got great form, lots of structure, it carries well, and it's easy to pack. And because I know many of you will be interested, I have the Mystery Ranch Catalyst here. I'm planning on posting a comparison video between these two bags next week. This bag wasn't designed as a personal item. 20 inches by 11.5 by 10 inch deep. Listed dimensions are gonna work easily as a carry-on though. And measuring this thing fully packed, really, if you don't pack this thing over full, I have it about 19 inches here. It's a little bit wider at 12 and only about 9 inches deep. So actually a little bit smaller than they listed on their website. You can probably fit this under a lot of airline seats, but technically it's still a little bit too big to fit in this 18 by 14 by 8 sizer box. And it has a lot of structure. This bag is really stiff, so it's not gonna squish down easily. As far as capacity goes, the Ranchero comes in two sizes, a smaller 22 liter, and this is the larger 27 liter that I have here. I like to test the capacity by packing it with full of packing peanuts and transferring it into a marked container. That's the bag fully packed out with packing peanuts. Also keep in mind this top compartment has a separate volume, so made sure to pack this too so we could get the full capacity. That's all those peanuts in the marked container, so pretty much spot on, maybe a tiny bit over. I'd say they're pretty accurate, 27, 28 liters. While I have the bag open right now, I think this is a good chance just to show you the structure. So even empty with all the zippers undone, this bag is basically keeping its form very well. Lots of structure, very stiff. Open here, still looks like the bag is fully packed, even though it's empty. And this high level of structure combined with extremely durable, robust hardware quality and materials is what I think makes this an expedition quality pack. For the exterior, thick 700 denier nylon, small weave, waterproof coating. On the bottom, more reinforced polyurethane material for extra durability and waterproofness. Also worth noting, I've been covering up this logo. I don't really like it. I think it's a little bit bright, especially the white contrasting with this black. However, this is Velcro, so it's fairly easy to just stick a patch on there and cover it up. Also, extremely thick, durable hardware. These are YKK number 10 AquaGuard zippers, about the biggest, most durable zippers you can get. Duraflex hardware, all really good stuff. Combine those with the waterproof coating, polyurethane bottom, and you have not a completely waterproof, but an extremely water-resistant pack. So now let's switch to looking at the external components on the Ranchero 27. We have two large external water bottle pockets, wraparound compression strap, top slash pocket, external laptop compartment, and again, that flat bottom that lets the bag easily stand up on its own. The top slash pocket looks small from the outside, which is this top zipper. However, it's actually quite large, takes up the full volume on this lid above the zipper. And you can see here on the inside, it's lined with this less abrasive fabric mesh material. These side water bottle pockets are large, wide, very deep, stretchy fabric here. You can fit almost any size water bottle. You can fit a liter Nalgene, but you really need to jam it in there. It's gonna be extremely tight. It's gonna stretch this pocket out over time. So I'd recommend using a slightly smaller water bottle. Nice tall water bottle works great in there. This is a 26 liter Hydro Peak. I think this is a good size. Fits really nice in that pocket. These wraparound compression straps are a nice feature. They go 3/4 of the way around the bag, clip in right here. They're actually removable. There's a small kind of plastic tab that's gonna clip into this little fabric loop right here, run through these fabric loops on the corners to keep it in place, and tighten up here in the top with these straps connected with a buckle. These work really great because they go 3/4 of the way around the bag, so you can just really cinch this pack down, get a lot of compression out of this. Also a nice feature because they run around the side here. So if you put something a little bit taller in this side water bottle pocket, you can clip it to that or use this to wrap it around and help keep it into place like a long tripod. And then just to show you what that bag looks like without those compression straps, I think this is a nice clean look. I really like the front of this bag without them. You definitely don't need those compression straps, but they do add some nice feature for squishing the bag down and adding some extra storage on the side. Those straps are useful, but maybe part of the reason they did that was to differentiate it from the Mystery Ranch Catalyst. Yeti bought Mystery Ranch a few years ago, so these are definitely very similar bags, but not identical. I'll do some more updates when I do a comparison next week. And the final external feature to show you: laptop compartment, top opening, dedicated pocket, good padding, and a divider sleeve. This compartment has some really good back padding. It's very thick. There's also a structural frame sheet running down the middle. There's padding on the other side between this one and the main compartment, and a nice false bottom in both this main sleeve and this other second sleeve to protect the bottom of your laptop. Maybe the only downside here is that this is a little bit on the smaller side. It does fit of a full-size 15.5-inch laptop, but this is only a 27-liter backpack, so it's not going to fit much more. It's a 15.5-inch Dell. You can see it fits in there easily, but there's really not any room for anything larger. So now let's have a look at the carry system on the Ranchero. We have a pretty full-featured system here. Top load adjusters, adjustable sternum strap, strap keepers, and a nice contoured back. And to show you what I mean from the side, it's not flat. It kind of curves down here, pops out a little bit, right where your back comes in, a little lumbar support. So one thing I think makes this bag very comfortable to carry. Shoulder straps closer up, good width here, very thick. This is a higher density. It feels like EVA foam, that higher density foam. Not sure if it's that brand. And kind of this thinner fabric here covering for some air ventilation. Top load adjusters, pull these in, helps bring the top of the bag closer to your back, helps with weight distribution. Sternum strap here, adjustable, has these same clips as the compression straps on the side. Just unclip these, move them to where you want them for the best fit. These straps are a little bit long, got a long dangly strap here. I guess that's good for a lot of different body sizes, but this does have a strap keeper, little fabric loop in here. Kind of keeps this strap from dangling and keeps it completely out of the way. To show you that back padding from the top, it's similar to the backpack straps, a little bit stiffer, doesn't have that mesh covering, but you're kind of relying on the inset of the Yeti and these kind of edges over here to give you air ventilation rather than a mesh covering. An interesting feature that I haven't really seen before, but works pretty good for the size. You have these two elastic straps that are tucked in behind the backpack. Looks like a hip belt, but it's a little too short. This actually works as a keeper strap to keep these backpack straps connected to the bag, and also doubles as a luggage pass-through sleeve. Put the handle on the rolling luggage over this if you want to use this as a personal item. So now let's have a look at the interior organization on the Yeti Ranchero. Again, that 3-zipper Y design. Extremely similar to the setup on Mystery Ranch, which makes sense because, again, Yeti bought Mystery Ranch, so they're kind of the same company now. This is a popular zipper design because I think, one, it looks pretty cool, and two, it gives you a lot of access into the main compartment in a couple of different configurations. So first off, if you want to just completely open the bag, open all the zippers, you get really easy access into the main compartment from the front and the top. But also, if you're using this as an everyday carry pack, just keep this front zipper closed, open the two top zippers, and you have a really nice top-loading, easy access bag. I'll open it up and show you the interior. There is quite a bit of extra organization in here. Two side zipper pockets, this stretchy mesh over here on the top, on the sides. Also one on the back, right here in the middle. Zipper pocket, and then two additional, call these like interior water bottle sleeves, but you can pretty much put anything you want in there on both of the sides. As far as packing the Ranchero goes, incredibly easy. It's just kind of a large bucket bag. So open this thing up, keeps its form. Again, it's empty and it's just really nice that this thing just stays open for you when you want to pack it. I tried a couple of different packing cubes in here. These 6 Moon designs, these are really lightweight, minimalist. They work really well in this bag because looking at the bottom, it's basically the same shape. One end's flat, the other end is rounded. And this thing will fit pretty much perfectly right in there in the main compartment. This comes also in a set of 3, so you can just stack those up and fill the main bag with 3 packing cubes if you want. These Matador gear cubes also work really well. These things are going to be all the same width, different sizes. Those are pretty much going to fit perfectly here in the main container. Stack those up as high as you want to go. And just with those 3 cubes in there, I still have a little bit of room on the top. If you're using this for travel, stick a little toiletry bag on there. And then remember, this lid has its own volume. So as long as you're not popping this main compartment out, you still have this entire capacity on this lid side for your smaller gear. This is that Ranchero fully packed out with gear. I have all those packing cubes, and I just Stuck a bunch of small everyday gear, chargers and stuff in this top pocket just to fill it out. You can see what it looks like fully packed. To show you what it looks like on me fully packed, I have this thing weighed out about 5.6 kilograms or 12.4 pounds. So not super heavy, but this also isn't a super big bag. Overall, I think this is a very comfortable carry. The shoulder strap padding is a little bit denser, but it holds weight really well. Back padding is firm, but it fits well. It has that nice lumbar support on your back. A lot of a great adjustability with top load adjusters and sternum strap. So in summary, the Yeti Ranchero 27 is an extremely durable, rugged, well-built bag. Works great for everyday carry if you want something a little bit more rugged to take out on your hiking trip. Also has some nice features that make it work good for travel. This is definitely a trade-off between ruggedness and weight here. You get an extremely well-built, solid, things like a little tank bag, but it's a little bit on the heavier side at 3.8 pounds. So I hope you enjoyed this review on the Ranchero 27. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Stick around next week for the comparison between this bag and the Mystery Ranch Catalyst 26.